Everyone, Troy Mueller, Operations Sections Trainee with Northwest Team 6, bringing your operational morning update for October 13th. So we'll start here on the map and we'll go around. As you'll notice from yesterday morning, we have added quite a bit more black to the map. We talked about this last night in our Facebook Live, but we've added black and showing containment now from Bel Air Lake up here on the north side, working west all the way along the north end of the fire, dropping back south to where we tie back into the Larimer River Road. So this is now all shown in containment. Division Alpha and Delta, we have all this in containment except for this little area that I've talked about that we're still watching. There's still some fire activity out there. With the predominant winds, this fire activity is just pushing back up into the fire itself. Crews in Alpha Delta today are going to be continuing to patrol and monitor all of their roads and the fire edge, mop up where they need to, and continue to backhaul any equipment off of the long draw road down here on the south end. Working up on the north end in Alpha Delta, crews are going to continue to hold and improve this line here, continue to monitor any activity that may be in there. A lot of this is only accessible by hiking in or utilizing UTVs to get in because there's no roads that go right along the edge of the fire. So it takes a little bit of time for the crews to work through this, but they'll continue to work all of this black edge looking for any new hot spots. They're also going to continue to backhaul any unused equipment or remove any of the unused equipment from this area of the fire. Moving over to the north and the northeast side of the fire, we've combined Division Foxtrot and Lima with Division Romeo, so it's now Division Foxtrot, Lima, and Romeo. And this whole area here, much of the same story as in Alpha Delta. They're going to continue to hold and improve everything on this line, continuing to check for any new sources of heat that may pop up and take care of those. Take care of any equipment that's no longer being used. Having all of this in containment now on the north end is really good news for us, especially for the communities of Crystal Lake and Red Feather Lakes and Glacier View. So that's really good for those that we're able to show all this in containment there. Moving down to the east side of the fire in Division Tango. Division Tango, the resources out there are going to continue to patrol the Monument Gulch area and the Pingree Park Road area where the fire went through, checking for anything in there, making sure that everything is still good there. And also this 152 road. They're also going to be concentrating on the Buckhorn Road running out to the east. That's also the 44H road. They're really looking at doing structure improvement, removing any fuels that they can, opening this road up for more access, and preparing for point protection if the fire tries to move to the east. They're also going to be continuing construction of a contingency line that they started on yesterday that's going to run along the western side of the Crystal Mountain communities. These three communities out here are the Crystal Mountain communities, and they're going to be putting in a contingency line that runs along the west side of those using feller bunchers and dozers and stuff like that to remove the trees and put a dozer line in. Division Victor is continuing to look out here, checking all structures and identifying any structures that we don't know that may be out there. They're also looking for opportunities to try to connect something together to put in any kind of contingency lines that we may need to utilize out in here above Glen Haven and the Retreat and those communities down here. Moving over into Division Uniform. Division Uniform, the resources are still embedded in the CSU Mountain Campus, Pingree Park area, the Lutheran Church Camp, Hourglass, all of those structures in there, still providing point protection and structure protection in there, going direct on the edge around the campus where they did their burnout, mopping up that whole area. They've identified a plan to put a contingency line in coming off of the Pingree Park Road that's going to tie back into the black. However, yesterday when they were beginning to implement that plan and start doing work on that. The wind speeds kicked up enough that we had a lot of standing trees that started to come down, and it just became too unsafe for firefighters to be in there doing that. So they had to disengage from that operation for the day yesterday. They're trying again this morning to get in there before the winds pick up again and try to get some work done on that line. They're also looking for opportunities to try to go to put a line in running southwest out of the campus, as well as opportunities to try and go direct on the fire's edge with machinery and with hand line to try to control the fire in this area. Division Whiskey Zulu down on the south in the park, still being monitored by air attack and by the suppression module that we have working in the park, monitoring fire activity in the cache La Poudre and up on the top of Mummy Creek. Our biggest concern for the day is the forecast with the winds. Winds are expected to be in excess of 40 miles an hour across the fire area out of the west and out of the southwest, which is going to impact this part of the fire here around the CSU campus. Resources are prepared to do point protection and structure protection in the Pingree Park and in the CSU campus, and continuing that in the Lutheran camp area. They're also preparing to do point protection and structure protection further out to the east along the Buckhorn and in Crystal Mountain. The wind forecast doesn't look any better for the next several days. They're talking, our incident meteorologist is forecasting even higher winds tomorrow morning. And so it's of great concern to us, not only from the fire standpoint, but for firefighter safety, with the amount of fuel and the number of standing dead trees that could come over in 50 mile an hour plus winds is of extreme concern to us for the safety of our firefighters. So they are prepared for that. They're prepared to be able to get to places of safety where they're out of the trees when that time comes. So this concludes the morning briefing for October 13th. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. This will be the last morning briefing that I get to do. I time out today and will be traveling back home to Kansas tomorrow. So thank you all for your support and continue watching these briefings.